Luise. I'm 23 years old. I currently live in Weimar in Germany together with my mom and dad. All of the members of my family are very active and try to be healthy. For me, it's always been triathlon. That is a big part of my life. Before I was diagnosed with DVT, I was in really good shape and I felt pretty good. I started to get a dull ache, actually in my left groin. And in the beginning I just thought, okay, I did a little bit too much sports, I maybe pulled a muscle. I woke up in such a pain, I nearly fainted and nearly collapsed. So a family friend drove me to the hospital and where my mom works. They did an ultrasound of the area. Okay, this is a clot, it's a massive clot. I was really not expecting that because at that time I was an athlete, I don't smoke. So actually most of the risk factors did not apply to me. In the beginning it was difficult, I think, because they just told me at the hospital, okay, we will try to give you some medication, some blood thinning agent. And then they did a checkup and the blood clot had not changed at all, so it had done nothing. They actually had a connection to Dr. Piorkowski and knew that he does this new procedure.
Hi, my name is Michael Piorkowski. I'm working as an interventional angiologist here in Frankfurt at the CCB in Germany. I first heard about Luise's case from a former colleague of mine who knew that we had treated patients with this clot retrieval device here in Frankfurt with very good results. We here were one of the first centers outside of the US using the clot retrieval device, and we had really great success in a more devastating case. I introduced this technology because, in my opinion, it's the most efficient way to remove acute and chronic clot out of veins. Patients with IF-family DVT over the long term face the problems of developing post-thrombotic syndrome with varicose veins, leg ulceration, constant heaviness and swelling of the leg. The clot retrieval device is a very easy to use and safe device to remove this clot out of the vein. And by pulling it through the clot, it will be caught in a kind of fissure net at the end of the device so we can remove it at the access site. The procedure was very successful. We were able to remove very fast all of the clot of her veins. The whole procedure did not take longer than 1.5 hours, and Luise could leave the hospital after 2 days.
I was really happy that Dr. Piorkowski actually got this big clot out with this procedure. I think a big fear of my parents and me was this blood clot would have not been treated the right way, and that could have a lot of long-term problems for me and for my future life. After this incident, 6 months after the procedure, I did my first triathlon, which I actually really finished really well. And I felt really good. So since then I took part in multiple more triathlons here in this area. I'm really proud of how far I came and that I can do so many triathlons again. It just showed me that you never have to give up hope. So I'm really looking forward to the future and see what it has in store for me.
After Luise's case, I went back to my former colleagues, to the hospital where she was referred from, and explained how they can treat patients with IF-family DVT with this device. But I'm really excited to offer the treatment options to many other patients who did not have any options before.